Say that again.
So I was explaining to him for instance, like I was thinking about, you don't need a passport to travel, which is 100% correct. But the fact is, there's a bunch of criminals who are controlling the ports.
Right.
So they're gonna require you to get a passport. Right. So I was telling him the same thing is like if you go to these de facto courts, traffic court for instance, which doesn't even make any sense. But if you go to traffic court, and what I'll do first thing I ask them, I was like, what kind of court is this? And they won't say, they'll never tell you it's court. They'll always tell you it's provincial offenses. Or provincial offenses office.
Because if they do that, they're going to put their foot in the mouth.
Exactly, but think about it. So this is provincial offenses office, right? And I get deeper into when I deal with them. But if this is provincial offenses office, why are you up there acting like a judge?
Yeah.
Why we have a prosecutor here? It's a provincial offenses office. You see what I'm saying? So but they'll be under disguise at this court. Just like the people that are demanding the port to be under disguise, they're working for the government.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it's a private corporation, like for instance TSA. TSA has nothing to do with the government, or the so-called government. TSA is a private corporation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So what you're saying or what you're thinking is 100% correct. It's just the fact that it's a bunch of criminals that are manning those posts.
Yeah. It's just like when I went to Philly and me and Seth and Rob were going from state to state or whatever with the tolls. That the tolls are private corporations. They have nothing to do with the United States government, nothing like that. Private corporation that came, got their contract, built whatever, and now people got to pay 20 notes or whatever to ride it.
To add on even better to that example, the 407.
Yeah.
407 is a private corporation.
Yeah.
100% not hiding, not beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Now, if you get on the 407, right, they bill you, and you don't pay your bill, all of a sudden you can't renew your plates. But how does that make any sense if the 407 is private corporation?
Private corporation.
On top of that, OPP does speed traps on the 407. The OPP is supposed to be working
for the province.
For the province. So why is OPP on the 407? OPP shouldn't have any jurisdiction on the private corporation's roadway.
Right.
And
see
then
what I'm saying?
when you owe them tickets and it's a long time, they sell it to a private
collection.
Yeah.
Which just goes to reinforce that they're not even hiding the fraud.
They're not
not even being discreet about
it.
it.
And calling you, say, do you remember that you did that?
Yeah, yeah. They're open with it.
Very open.
They're very open with it, right? So they're going to they're gonna have their goons to make sure that certain things don't just run smooth or whatever, because they have to give up their front, that they're government and they're not corporation. Even though other stuff says, you got a ticket that says City of the Corporation of Mississauga, or the Corporation of the City of Mississauga, the Corporation of the City of Brampton, the Corporation of the City of Toronto. Says it on the ticket. But, they know that the people are that blinded. They know that the people are, like what Todd says, out to lunch. Like, they're out to lunch. 2:30. Right? You know what I mean?
And
right?
Keeping on the same topic of these so-called toll roads, I always ask myself, like, who gave you authority to section off a piece of land and charge people to use it?
Yeah, that I never.
Now, Moor sent me this 32-page document. From the Moorish Empire, Societas Republica e al Moricanos, Northwest Amexum, North America Nationalization Act of 2013. And unfortunately, this came from a Moor. This came from a Moor who is new to the Moorish movement, and he was talking to a Moor in Canaanland. And the Moor in Canaanland put him on to these people. That these people are actually giving real ID cards, and the cards that we're giving out through RV Bay are not real, and that these guys are a real nation and RV Bay is not a nation, and you know what I mean?
Canaanland Moor.
Huh?
Saying this, Canaanland Moor.
Yeah, trying to justify, you know what I mean, why he's riding with this, right? Same with, we got mail, never picked up mail in a long time.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
so he's the one saying that they're the real ones?
yeah. Right now, this individual is this individual that is has this nation. She's claiming that she's the prime minister of it. Right? This is somebody who says that they're Moorish American.
They're using de facto panels.
Right? Moorish American. And they were saying that their head is a prime minister. Now, we know people who were down with this, that left this, because the so-called prime minister thinks that she owns people. The prime minister thinks that she owns people. We've talked to people who said that when you talk to the prime minister, you don't get a chance to talk.
One of those,
Right? And these are people, like when we say, when we say Moors who have had conversations with us about the prime minister of this so-called nation. These are Moors that have, relayed the message that they tried to talk to her and couldn't get a word in. Right? So, if you come across anybody named Prime Minister, know for a fact that they're playing Moorish Clubhouse and they're trying to get you to give up your birthright and sell yourself to them because their nationality card says that you're
Wow.
a U.S. citizen or U.S. national. And then they're going to use their whole part and partial BS to justify that you're.
It doesn't say Moorish American on there.
I'm not even sure what the card says, but we know from past Moors who have dealt with the prime minister that they're running a club and they got U.S. on there. These are Moors, right? That's supposed to know better because the prime minister is real close with one of the master teachers. Super close. Like, close. But they're not hearing anything that, they have their agenda. And their agenda has to do with enslaving the people. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody see them prime minister? Watch out for them people.
Yeah, but anybody that studies knows that the prime minister is a de facto panel. So
Right. That too.
Minister.
That too. And then Noble Juali said, divine minister, so why not be that instead of prime minister? If they're saying they're Moorish Science Temple and all that, why not follow Noble Juali stuff? Because they're not down with Noble Juali, that's why. I am Zephaniah Baal. I'm a new Moor, just now starting my path. Quick question, even though I asked it on Facebook, is it possible or will it ever be for the Vatican, Pope, etc. to make it so that we could make it so that we cannot claim our nationality as Moors? Well, they can do whatever they want to Negro black colored people. And if Negro black colored people would have studied instead of playing, you know, because we're all Negro black colored people at one time and came to the realization that, hold on a second, something's wrong or whatever, I need to go do some research or something because somebody's not telling me everything that's going on. And you go do your research and you realize certain things. And the individuals want us to be in a position where we don't know, right? Now, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So not knowing is not an excuse that somebody can say or make a use for anything. Nobujuali told the Moors, if you don't do anything else, declare your nationality. If you don't do anything else, if there's one thing that I would tell you to do, the least that you could do is declare your nationality. If the people read his stuff, they would bump into that and, you know what I mean, everybody be national. Because you realize that you can't do anything without it. Right? So they can do whatever. Vatican, whoever. U.S. Corporation can do anything to stop people from declaring their nationality. But the people have to realize that it's theirs. So it doesn't have anything to do with what they're doing. Can you do something? It's what you're doing is what it comes down to. What type of connection do you have to this that is going to allow for them to leave you alone? But they don't have to bother you. Most of the time they bother because they know that once they see all this, they already know that we're the ones that are putting them in the hole and covering them up. They know that, right? They know that that's where it's at once they're dealing with Moors. So to not deal with that, make these people think that they're Negro, black, color, African, everything else, anything else, except Moors. And then put out anybody that we can to get these people to think that, oh, what happened to that Moor? I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm not going to say I'm Moor. Right? When whatever happened to that individual is part of the game to get people to turn away from this. Right? Yeah, I think 12. All right? So they can't lawfully do anything to make you not claim your nationality. They could only do stuff under color. They can't do it. They could only do it under color. And that jurisdiction really lies with us recognizing what we have and not being slighted, thinking that we don't have anything. Right? We have Nobujuali gave us more than enough stuff that we need. Gave us more than enough reference points for us to make our way out of this. You know what I mean? And it's only gonna happen when people do like what y'all did, realize what this is, take 6-hour car ride or whatever like that, hour car ride, bus, do whatever that they gotta do to make sure that we're of unified thought, so that no matter how far we extend from each other, we still have the same mindset no matter it is where we go, which would broaden our jurisdiction. Right?
What I don't understand though, when you tell people about their nationality and they're like, oh, that sounds too good to be true, like, you know?
Well, that's what you get from Negro, but
yeah, exactly.
the Caucasian, they know because...
Yeah, they know. But I say to them, well, what you've been trying before, nothing's ever worked, so what you gotta lose?
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Why don't you just try?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
That's all you can say, really, you know.
Right. To me, govern yourself sounds like perfect scenario to me.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I
you know,
govern
the
myself,
laziness,
it's like,
the laziness is a big play.